Visa issuance does not guarantee you actually traveling to a particular country. So what does this mean? Because the country granted you visa and you have the visa stamped on your passport does not mean you have automatic access to their country. So there's some things you need to understand. So now, visa application or visa granting or visa approval is the first step. Now there's another step, which is the point of entry. Now it is very important to always make sure you go back to your application, know what your visa agents filled in your application at the point of entry. Because if they stop you at the point of entry and they're asking you, why are you coming to this country? Let's assume you're on a tourist visa and you state like you're coming to their country to work, automatically they'll send you back to your country. If you're on a study visa and they ask you the name of your school, and you're doing, they might send you back to your country. Thirdly, if what you fill in your application is different from what you're telling them at that moment, maybe in your application you stated that you don't have family members in their country, and at the point of entry they don't ask you what are you coming to their country to do, and you state that you are going to visit a family member, they will now start asking like, how manage? In your application you stated that you don't have a family member in the UK, for example, or in their country. So how come all of a sudden you have a family member in their country? Another thing is this. So now, depending on your visa category, if you're on a tourist visa and they ask you what are you coming to their country to do, and you state that you're coming to do business because you didn't apply for the right visa categories, it always makes sense to ensure that your application and what you're telling them at the point of entry is the same. If the information is conflicting, it might lead to a total dismissal back to your country. So this is the reason why it is always important to go back to your application. Another thing is this. You need to understand the fact that for every country, there's a basic minimum amount of money you should have to visit their country. So for some countries, like $1,000. So which means you should have at least $1,000 in your account. So for some countries, it will be $2,000. So for some countries, it might be more. And again, for some countries, there's a minimum amount of hotel you must book or reserve to come into their country. For example, in Maldives, you can't book hotel below certain amounts. So which means maybe like about $100 or $150 per night. So these are important things you need to note before going to their country. If not, they might send you back at the point of entry. So these are important things to note before making the move so that you don't have issues with any country you're traveling to. So if you find this video useful, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and click on the notification icon. That's the bell icon beside the subscribe button so you don't get to miss more content like this. See you next time. Bye.